Shall I start, Mataji? Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuronmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Yudapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshvatarine He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanuste Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna.
So we are in chapter 4, Transcendental Knowledge. Hare Krishna. So the chapter 4, Transcendental Knowledge. This is divided into six divisions. The first one is the lineage of transcendental knowledge. That is the parampara. The parampara in which the Krishna consciousness has been, the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam has been, the scriptures has been told in the, for us. So there he explained that Krishna has first told it to sun god, and on that Arjuna has asked some doubt, which Krishna has clarified, that he is eternal and he is there always. He and Arjuna are there always, and Arjuna being a material body keeps forgetting, but Krishna being a transcendental body, he does not forget. That is 5 to 10. He has described his divine nature of his supreme personality. That's where he has told about his transcendental nature. So today, and then from 11 to 15, Krishna, the supreme creator and the culmination of all paths. That's what he will say. He will explain. And 16 to 24, understanding karma on the platform of knowledge. So basically, this section is karma section. So we understand different aspects of karma. So here from 16 to 24, we are going to understanding karma on the platform of knowledge. Then 25 to 33, attaining jnana through yajna. We know yajna means sacrifice. Sacrifice means it is not fire sacrifice, but the work whatever we do, we have to do it as a yajna, as a tapassu, as a totally devoted to Krishna. So how do we get knowledge? By doing work, is what we will know in 25 to 33. 34 to 42, methods and results of attaining jnana. This is spelling mistake. Methods and result attaining of jnana. In the previous section, we talked about getting jnana through yajna. So, while getting it, what are the different methods? We will discuss all those things. So, today we'll talk about Krishna, the Supreme Creator, and the accumulation of all parts. Yeah. Who will read this? Yeah, read. Shukriya.
Yes, ma'am. ये यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते तां तथैव भजाम्यहं मम वर्त्मानुवर्तन्ते मनुष्याः पार्थ सर्वशः. Translation: As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pritha.
Yeah. So here Krishna says, as all surrender unto me. So in the previous in the 4.1, Krishna describes about his supreme and the creator. So Krishna says here, Krishna in this section, he is going to tell about his supreme nature. So as all surrender unto me. So he has always been telling that we have to surrender to Krishna. That's what Arjuna has done in Sloka 2.7, from where only Krishna started giving him the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So only when we surrender totally, heartfully, then only Krishna also reciprocates. Even otherwise, Krishna keeps on blessing us. But there is a difference there. So when we surrender totally, Krishna also 100% writes away all our karmas and gives shelter under him. So as all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. So the way we surrender to Krishna, Krishna rewards us in that way. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Partha. So here in this, what is told in this, Krishna, what he tells is that Krishna reciprocates the way we approach him. The choice of approaching Krishna is with us. Krishna doesn't say that you have to surrender to me this way, or you have to do practice this way, you have to do only this or only that. So that is, it all depends on us, how we surrender. So that depends on the knowledge, whatever we have. So through karma, so anything we do is nothing but karma. Karma means action. So when we surrender to him through action, that means either through karma or through jnana or through bhakti process, we are ultimately reaching him. All these paths culminate, finally reach him. But realizing, based on how we go, which path we take, the reaching him, the realizations will be partial. That means we want to reach a destination, we go by walk, it takes more time. We go by cycle, it takes lesser time. We go by car, a better time. We go aeroplane, we go very fast. That way he tells which path we adopt, how we are going to reach him. Like, for example, is an Ashtanga yogi realizes only partial, but means by doing yoga, he realizes only partial features of Krishna, not all. A Jnana yogi who develops a lot of knowledge about him, also won't reach him totally. He will reach only the Brahma Jyoti of Krishna. The Brahma Jyoti means it is the effulgence of Krishna, in which a lot of the wrong interpretation what all of us have, or what is normally shown in our movies and all, is a light come from us and it goes and merges with the light with the God. But here in Bhagavad Gita, it's very clearly said, it is not into the effulgence that we have to go. If you go into the effulgence, that is not our final destiny. Our final destiny should be to reach Krishna himself, to reach his abode, and then keep serving him. So those who get the knowledge, they just go to the effulgence of Krishna. They don't reach the final. According to our approach, we reach them. Only a person who does bhakti yoga can understand completely his paraphernalia. That means his paraphernalia means the total support system or total powers, the support system, the total powers of Krishna can be understood only by a bhakta. That means powers means what his personality is, what greatness he has got, and the association and everything we can understand only when we do bhakti. Like when we see milk, if you just see milk, we will feel it is a white substance. When we touch it, we know that it is a liquid and that it is whether hot or cold. When we hear about the quality of milk, we just understand, okay, the benefits of milk. But only when we smell, we see the smell. Only when we drink, we understand what milk is. So that way, everything is about milk only. So based on our effort on knowing, understanding milk, we understand what milk is. Similarly, when we want to understand Krishna also, based on our efforts only, we understand him. So based on our bhakti, one can understand Krishna. All the other processes are only partial. Krishna will reciprocate in the way we approach him. Like in Krishna Avataram, we have seen he has reciprocated, like when Yashoda Mata has shown her devotion as a mother, he has reciprocated as a son. When she has shown it as when Gopas have shown it as a friend, he has reciprocated as a friend. When Gopikas has shown as a lover, he has reciprocated as a lover. That way, in whichever way we show our respect or our bhakti towards Krishna, Krishna shows it in the same way. Even okay, so all these paths take us to Krishna only. And also, and the desires also, whatever we have, Krishna, if we desire something, he gives us those things. So it depends on what we desire. So what we have to desire also, we have to be very careful in our asking our desires. Like it is like we have a story. Okay, it's may not be for children. Okay, anyway, I'll tell you. It's a funny story. One man was in love with his cousin, only his uncle's daughter. So he wanted to marry her. So, but when he wanted to marry her, he would one day Krishna has come for whatever reason. It's a story only. So Krishna comes to him and asks, "What do you want?" So this fellow, if he was intelligent enough, what should he ask? He should say, "I want to marry my cousin, so please get us married." That is the final desire of his. So he should ask that. But here his problem was, from the beginning, he was struggling to go and talk to his cousin and then express to her his love and make her agree with his love and then go and convince his uncle and then marry. That was his plan of action. But here, while implementing his plan, the problem what he was facing is his uncle was always an obstacle. He was not allowing him to speak to the girl. So this fellow, instead of asking, saying that please get her married to me, that is the final. What has he done? He said, "Krishna, Krishna, please see that some hair grows in the ear of my uncle." Then Krishna said, okay. Then a fellow next to him asked, "Why do you want hair grown in your uncle's ear?" Then that fellow said, "See, if there is a lot of hair in my uncle's ear, he will become deaf. Then he will not hear what I am talking. Then I can comfortably talk to my cousin and then convince her for the marriage and then get her marriage." Then that fellow said, "You are a fool. Why you should go in such an indirect way? You should have directly asked God to get her married." So that way we should understand what our final destiny is. See, when Krishna sees a boy, he asks, "What do you want?" He can as well say, I want to study properly. That is one way. Another way is telling, I want to, in a correct way, I want to come first in the university. See, these are all culminating to the same. So, whether studying properly will take him to as a topper in the university. And directly, if he asks that I want to become so and so, or he can even say after education what he wants. That way, different ways of asking. But it depends in whichever way. So finally, the stupid story, whatever I have told, finally will take into the marriage to that girl. But he can as well directly go to it when God himself has come and approached him. That way, the way we take is the way, the destiny ours. Okay, and so many people also, what they do is they worship the demigods. We all know about this, we talk about this. And but here what is important, what we have to understand is that the power of demigods is again given, the demigods is devatas. That power is again given by Krishna. So when the power is given by Krishna, why, like I know the Prime Minister himself, why I should go and approach the secretary of a prime minister? I can as well go to the prime minister and say, I want to meet you. Okay, nothing wrong in approaching the secretary. But when we have access to the final authority, we can as well go and meet him. There's no need to go to the demigods, because the demigods also in turn will take that power from Krishna and sanction us whatever we have asked. And the power of demigods is limited. And the power of demigods cannot undo our karma. They can only postpone our karma. Suppose in this life, I am, as for my karma, I am supposed to get a very serious disease. So I approach the demigod, do some very good prayers, and then take blessing from the demigods that I should not get this disease. Demigods may sanction for me. But what will demigods do? They will make sure that I get it one more birth and then get the disease there. Because that karma I have to undergo. It is only Krishna who can write off the power, who can just remove the power. Disease, that way. So different goals reach different paths, reach different goals. But whatever it is, the final goal should be reaching Krishna. So the free will, whatever we have, we have to utilize it for the final destination of ours. So all the manifestations, all the demigods and everything is a manifestation of Krishna only. So worshipping Krishna in any way is the best thing. All paths lead to the same goal. In Bhagavatam also it is said, whether you have all desires or no desires, if aspiring for liberation, perform bhakti yoga only, where Krishna will purify you. That's what he said. Okay, next 4.12. Again, will you read Vishnu Priya? Where is Harshit? Has dropped. He'll join back. Yeah.
Shall I read, Mataji?
Yeah, read.
Kangshantas karmanam siddhim yajanta iha devata kshipram hi manusye loke siddhir bhavati karmaja. Translation: men in this world desire success in fruitive activities, and therefore they worship the demigods. Quickly, of course, men get results from the fruitive work in this.
Okay. Men in this world desire success in fruitive activities, and therefore they worship the demigods. Quickly, of course, men get results from fruitive works in this world. This is what I have already discussed in the previous sloka. We desire the results of our activities. That means whatever we do, we want immediate, quick results, for which we worship demigods, because these yajnas, yagas, these rituals, they can please the demigods, but they don't please Krishna. What pleases Krishna is only bhakti. So doing bhakti means it will take little time. So it will, and the only Supreme Personality can write off our karma. So it takes time. So as we are all in hurry, what normally we try to do is we try to go to the bhakti yoga. We try to go to the demigods. One has to understand the Supreme God is one, and the demigods are his parts and parcels. That means the way we always say we are part and parcel of demigods. Krishna is also, sorry, demigods are also part and parcels of Krishna. Only thing is, maybe we always say Krishna is Vibhu and we are Anu. But we are too small. Demigods are slightly more than us. They have more powers than us. That's all. So demigods are also temporary. So demigods are like helping hands of Krishna. Like we talk about it. Then there's a government. The Prime Minister is there. He has a very big paraphernalia where he keeps getting a lot of support. It's a support system. Krishna delegates a lot of works to them, and they are his representatives. So they can benedict only to. So whatever powers we have, we can benedict. Like in your school also, your teacher can, suppose you have not written your exam well. So if the marks are just 1 or 2 marks less, your teacher can always give them. But if there are more marks required, or if for whatever, if there is a genuine reason for which you have not written your exam also, if your principal wants, he can simply promote you. That way, the powers of Krishna are different from the powers of the demigods. They have only limited powers. So thinking that it's very difficult to get our desires fulfilled from Krishna, whereas it is easy to get our desires from demigods, we should not postpone, like we should not neglect Krishna, because we have to be very clear that demigods can bless us, but what they do is only postponement of our problems, not writing of our karma. Not a karma. Like in this universe, the Vayu Deva, the Agni Deva, and all these powers, whatever is happening around us, even they say that even if we want to close our eye and open our eye, there is a demigod who is in charge of our eye movement. That way, for every action of ours, one demigod will be responsible. All these demigods' posts are also temporary. Demigods are nothing, they are not great. Suppose there are some people like us who does a lot of spiritual activity, bhakti, but in that bhakti, we don't desire to go to Krishna, but we might desire to become one of the devatas, one of the demigods. Because of the bhakti we have earned, we can always become a demigod. Like we can also become Indra, Chandra, whatever it is. Maybe after a lot of it has to take a lot of yugal. It has to again all this has to go, and then this thing has to be formed. When that we can also become, but that's very difficult, and we can become. But then our positions there also, the way we are temporary here, there also that's a temporary post. The only position which is 100% permanent is Krishna. No effect by time factor. There won't be any effect on him for time factor. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said, Lord Shiva and Brahma also worship Krishna and Vishnu. Shankaracharya, all of us know, Shankaracharya was talking about from the beginning about Shankara. But when his mother died, he gave a promise to his mother that because he took sannyasa and left his mother when he was a child, he gave a promise to his mother saying, whenever you want to see me, just remember me. I shall come and join you. So what happened is when she was dying, she prayed for him. Ade Shankara, I am going to die. Please come. So immediately Shankara feels that feeling, and he comes to his mother. And then when she wanted to see the ultimate truth, when she wanted to see the ultimate truth, Shankaracharya shows her the Vrindavan Leela of Krishna. He doesn't show Shankara. He shows the Krishna, the Radhas, the Gopis, and the Vrindavan Leela she shows. And also in the last days of Shankaracharya, till then he was worshipping Shankara, but in the final days, the sloka, the song which Shankaracharya was singing was Bhajagovindam, Bhajagovindam, Bhajagovindam Modamate, which means Bhaja Govindam, pray to Lord Krishna, Govinda, pray to Krishna, Govinda, Mudhamate, Bhajagovindam, Bhajagovindam means pray to Krishna, pray to Krishna. Mudhamate means you fool. Mududu. Muda means all of us know it is Muda means fool. Mudhamate, you brainless fellows, not only you please pray to Krishna. That's what he said. So he also knows that it is Krishna. So next one. Jitesh, will you read this? Jitesh.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Chaturvarnam mahashishtam gunakarma
Vibhagasaha
tasya
Kartaramapi
mam vidyaya
Vidyakarta
avyayam. Translation. According to the three modes of material nature and the work associated with them, the four divisions of human society are created by me. Although I am the creator of this system, you should know that I am yet the non-doer, being unchangeable.
Very good.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Is this not a sloka? Is this not one of the 100 slokas, Jitesh?
Yes, ma'am. 100 slokas not there, but it's there in 108.
Oh, it is in 108, but not 100 slokas. Okay, right. So, and 108, when you said now 102, I'll just post those two chapters also. 3 and 4 also I shall post. So, you people learn 3 and 4 also, whoever have not done. Jitesh has completed, and you also learn, and you can tell me one day. So, this is a very important sloka. And actually, this is one of the slokas which has connected me to Bhagavad Gita. Because the lot of wrong notions we have. Thinking that we have in Hinduism, we have this caste system and many other things. So according to here what he says, Krishna agrees saying that according to I have created the three more, this Chatur Varnam, that is the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaisya, Sudra. I have created them. But why did I create? How did I create? I did not create them out of my whims and fancies. I have created them based on the three modes of material nature. The individual soul is carrying it with it, and the work associated with them. That means, suppose I like doing business, so I become a Vaisya. It is not that Krishna wanted me to be becoming Vaisya. I have developed love on doing business. I have developed love on doing lot of service. Then I become a Sudra that way. So, and 4 divisions of human society are created by me. And although I am the creator of this system, you should know that I am at the non-doer being unchangeable. You don't think that I have created it, I agree, but it is not out of my will or wish I have created this. I am not the doer here. So here, this is what we have to be very clear, that varnas, what are created by Krishna, are not by birth, but according to our qualities. Okay? And a person who is born in Brahmin family will not become a Brahmin. He will, if he doesn't possess the qualities of a Brahmin, he won't become a Brahmin. He will only be called a Brahma, what do you call that? Brahma Bandhu. That means a relative of Brahmin. A Brahmin means how he should be. He should be very knowledgeable of all the scriptures. He should be a good teacher of all the scriptures, and he should not have any desire to earn money and save money. He should, whatever rituals he does, he should do it as his, because he is a Brahmin, and whatever is given to him, he should take. The moment he says, no, I want to do this ritual, you have to pay me so much money, that becomes a business. The moment it becomes a business, this Brahmin will become a Vaisya. So, Brahmin should never ask for money. Similarly, a Kshatriya should do, and so a Kshatriya should take care of the society, the country, the society, and all that. So, the immediate question will be, if they don't ask for money, and okay, day to day, the society will be giving, how will their desires be fulfilled? Their what do you call them? Their they have some. Their responsibility will be fulfilled. That the Vaisyas and the Sudra Vaisyas have to take care. That way, the society in a total they have to take care. But a Brahmin or any, for that matter, any religion, not religion, any caste we are born, and we are not adhering to it, will be called a Brahma Bandhu or a Vaisya Bandhu or a Sudra Bandhu. But we cannot. The moment a person in whatever really caste he is born, he takes up a job, he becomes a Sudra. The moment he takes up a business means it need not be any great business. I do this, you do this. That is a business. That he becomes a Vaisya. So that way, our birth doesn't decide our caste. Only our behavior, our qualities, our desires make us the particular thing. And Prabhupada says, and humans and animals are same in all aspects, except for humans have this caste system which Krishna has created to elevate humans. Because as we know, human life is a better life than all the animals, highest form. So from that place, we should reach Krishna. We should not go back to that. To elevate ourselves, Krishna has created these varnas. For a systematic development into Krishna consciousness, this has been developed. So that means for Haritoshanam, for the pleasure of Krishna, this is created. The ultimate purpose of this division is for us to please Krishna and then reach Krishna's abode. So it is just that Krishna doesn't have any feeling that these varnas, that Brahmin is more, Sudra is less. No. As far as Krishna is concerned, all four castes are same. Like, you know this story, no? A Brahmin and a cobbler story where Narada comes and approaches him. I don't know whether I've told you last week. Whom did I tell? Somebody else. So you know this story, no? When there is a cobbler, a man who stitches the shoes, and there is a Brahmin. Both keep worshipping Krishna, but this cobbler has got lot of faith on Krishna. That means cobbler means he is supposed to, normally in our society, we look at him as a very low class person. And so, and this Brahmin has studied all the scriptures. So he feels very proud about himself. So what he has done is, he feels very proud. So he, one day, this Brahmin thinks that I know everything. I am doing all the rituals to Krishna very religiously. So very soon I am going to go back to Goloka. One day Narada meets them. So this Brahmin asked him, Narada, where are you going? So Narada says, I am going to Vishnu. Then this Brahmin says, okay, you find out with Vishnu when I am going to go to Goloka. So Narada says, okay. From there he goes to the cobbler. Cobbler also says the same thing. when Narada reaches Goloka, I mean Vishnu, then the Narada asks Vishnu this same question. Then Vishnu says, the cobbler is going to come back to me in this life. Once this life is over, he is going to come back to me. Whereas that Brahmin is going to take some hundreds or thousands of lives more. Then this Narada also doesn't understand. He says, Prabhu, how come like that? Then he says, okay, you go and tell them, you will only understand. And when you go there, they will ask what I am doing. And then you tell them that I am taken a big elephant and trying to push that elephant into the needle, the hole of a needle. You tell them, you will get the answer why I have told like this. So this Narada, Narada goes back. Then he goes to the Brahmin first. Then when Brahmin asks, Narada says, no, Vishnu has told me that you are going to take many more lives. Then the Narada says, Brahmin says, what is this? What rubbish are you talking? How can you talk like this? I am very sure I am going to reach Krishna very soon. I am not sure. I don't think what you are saying is correct. Mostly you might not have gone to the Goloka. You must have gone somebody else. If you have gone to Vishnu, tell me what Vishnu is doing. Then Narada tells, when I have gone, Vishnu is pushing an elephant into the needle. Then Narada says, then this Brahmin says, oh Narada, you are a fool. Why will Vishnu do that kind of foolish things? How can an elephant go into the needle hole? He cannot go. You have not gone to the Vaikuntha. You have not gone there. You have not visited Vishnu. Go. So then he goes to the cobbler. So when he goes to the cobbler also the same thing happens. Then first the cobbler asks Narada, what was Vishnu doing when you went? Then this man, Narada says, the Vishnu is pushing the elephant into the hole of a needle. Then the cobbler says, is it? Such a great personality, he can do anything. Then Narada asked, do you believe what I said? Yes. He said, yes, why not? Why not? Why Vishnu cannot do that kind of a thing? See, I am sitting under the banyan tree. I think I have told you this same thing last week. Banyan tree, where the seed has fallen. The seed of a banyan tree is small, so small that from that small seed, this big tree has come. When from the small seed, this big tree has come, why not Vishnu push the elephant from the needle? This is the fate the cobbler has. So that is the reason why the cobbler is going to go back to Goloka, that life, and the Brahmin is going to take hundreds of lives more. So that is the kind of faith we should have on Krishna. So Krishna, all the above varnas, Brahmins are also, and Krishna, and in this we have to be very clear that Krishna has no discrimination between any varna. As far as he is concerned, all four varnas are same. So every birth, born as human beings, like this time I might be born as one varna, but next life I might be born in a different varna based on the qualities or the desires I have developed in this life. Krishna doesn't, I told you this, the soul has no varna or ashramas. We have all these ashramas, no? This brahmachari, all these four ashramas we have. So soul doesn't have anything because our life is temporary and small. We have all this. The soul is eternal, so it doesn't have any varnas as all. Based on the qualities it is carrying at that time, it just gets that thing. The soul is always a servant of Krishna. So Krishna is an impartial creator who depends upon our desires and qualities. We are born in certain caste, and everything is maintained by him only. The soul is Jiver Swarupa Krishnaka Nityadas. That means the soul is always a servant of Krishna. And it's in this third line, what Krishna says is, although I am the creator of these varnas, based on the gunas, I am not a creator. His Swarupa is beyond all this. And in the fourth line, he says, although I am the karta, I am the doer of all this, understand me as a non-doer. It is not he who is doing. He supports our doing, but based on our decides. He need not personally do all this. He engages his energies, all the demigods, to do all this. So, that is, so these four qualities, and we have to be very clear that even though we might be born in any caste, the moment we become 100% Krishna conscious, Hare Krishna, and develop love on him and develop love on Krishna, we become more on, we become above all this caste system, and we become Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas means a Sudra can become a Vaishnava, a Brahmin can become a Vaishnava. So if we are all practicing Krishna consciousness 100%, we all are called Vaishnavas. The moment we start chanting, we become Vaishnavas. Okay. How many of you are chanting? Jitesh, are you chanting or stop chanting?
I am chanting, Mataji.
Then why are you not posting in the group? I know Harshit is chanting. I know Vishnupriya is chanting. I know Dikshit and Rahul are chanting. Jitesh, are you chanting?
Yes, Mataji.
So from today, please post in the group how many times you are chanting. Holidays, you must chant. If you chant, you will get very good knowledge. Okay? I mean, not knowledge, you will get very good concentration on your studies also. Okay? Right. 14. Harshit? Harshit? Harshit, are you there?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, I cannot see it.
You cannot?
Mataji, I cannot see it.
You cannot see, huh? Okay. Dikshit, you're not at home, do you, Harshit?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
No, Mataji.
Okay. Read. Yes, read. Switch on your video and read.
Okay, Mataji. 1 minute, Mataji.
Okay. Okay, next one you can read. This one, Vishnupriya.
1 minute, Mataji.
Okay, okay. Oh,
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna.
Pranam. Bhagavad Gita, 14.
Fourth chapter.
4th chapter, 14th shloka.
Yeah.
Namam karmani limpanti name karma phale spruha iti mamyo bhijanati karmanam bhir nasa bhadayate. Translation.
Yeah.
There is work that affects me. No work that affects me, nor do I aspire for the fruits of action. One who understands this truth about me also does not become engaged in the fruitive reactions of work. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandavat Pranam.
Pranam. Where is your brother? Where is your brother? Okay.
Here only he is in the class, Mataji.
Huh?
He is in the class only, Mataji. He told he will read next sloka, Mataji.
Okay. Which class is he in?
6th class, Mataji. He will go 7th class.
Okay, that's fine. Now is he in this class or somewhere else?
This class only, Mataji.
Okay, right. There is no work that affects me. That means even though Krishna does a lot of works, no work will affect him. Nor do I aspire for the fruits of action. That means Krishna, whatever he does not look for the result of the action. One who understands this truth about me also does not become entangled in the fruitive reactions of work. See, normally we have this is itself is explaining lot. When we admire somebody, when we love somebody, we try to adopt their mannerisms, their habits, their thought process, we try to adopt. So the way Krishna doesn't aspire, that means although Krishna does all activities, he also, like when Krishna has come to this world as Krishna in the Krishna Avatara, he did everything as per his varnas. That means when he was in Vrindavan, he was like a cowhead boy. Like when he went to Madhura, he behaved like a Kshatriya. So when he was a student, he behaved like a brahmachari, a student. So that way, whatever Krishna was, when he was in this world, he was also performing all the activities. But he never aspired, he never looked for the results, because he has to do, he did it. We learned that, we have already in the previous slokas, we have very clearly learned that when we do a work and then look for the results, we are getting bondage, we are getting attached to those results. That is where we are getting bondage. So as Krishna does not look for the results, he has no bondage. So as Krishna does not look for the results, he has no bondage. If we can also do like that, we also will not have bondage, and we will not be entangled with any karmas. It will not be entangled with any karmas. Krishna, why? But actually, this also we have discussed many times. Krishna need not do any work physically. Like Krishna wants to do something, just the thought in his mind will finish the work. The work will be over. But still Krishna has done it. Why has he done? He has done it to set an example to others. When parents are doing, when they want the children to do what they do, they just don't tell the children do it like this. They also join with the children and try to do it. So when they start doing it, because parents are doing it, the children automatically does. Otherwise, when parents doesn't do and just tell the children to do, children will revolt, saying, you are not doing, why are you asking me to do? So this sloka is very important. So it says, do your prescribed duties as per the scriptures in bhakti, not as per the scriptures, but you have to do it as per the scriptures in bhakti, and no attachments. That means we should not look for the results. It doesn't mean that you should study and say, I'm not bothered about the results, thinking that I'll only study, not bothered about the results. No, you should really study very hard, seriously, and do all your studies, writing exams and everything as a tapasya, as a yajna. But suppose you come first in the class, 10th in the class, don't bother about it. Have you studied properly? Have you put in your 100% effort or not? That's all is your karma. That's all what you should do. And the result, leave it to Krishna. Whatever based on our karma, it will come. So then the moment we think we are studying very hard, we are doing best, I want the first class, come first in the class, finish. Half your mind concentration will go, because the tension will build up in you. The moment the tension builds up in us, half our mind won't work. So if you don't think about the result and do it, we'll be very peaceful, very calm, very nice. And then we can do the exam well, we can study well, we can absorb the subject well. So Krishna says, because of our free will, we are getting all these entanglements. And the system here, and so it is because of our free will that we are getting entangled, and the gunas are developing in us. And so Krishna is not responsible for it. See, and so this entanglement, the best example is animals. So if you see, and actually this is for the parents or for anybody, the way the animals bring up the children, how do they bring up the children? They bring up the way the human parents bring up, they also bring up. They take most care. they struggle very hard to give food and shelter to the children, and they take 100% care they take. But once the animals, their children become self-sufficient, that means once the children go to the age where they can earn food and live on their own, they just leave the children. They don't anymore catch the children. That means the children's life is different, the parents' life is different. It doesn't mean they have no love. It is the detachment as a duty they are bringing up the children. That we have to be very cautious. See, and also karma also, same activity gives different results. Like it rains the way we take it, the way the karma we do it, the results are the same. Rain so falls on a land, soil, it just sinks inside, and then the water becomes very useful. The same water falls on a concrete, and from the concrete it goes into the drainage, from the drains it goes to the canals, from there it goes to the rivers, from there it goes to the sea. That means the water is wasted. The same water can fall in a farm where the seeds are becomes plants, and we get fruits. So it is the same rain, but it depends on how it is utilized. And two children in the class are same, and are different, but what the class teacher says is same, but based on their gunas, the same lesson what the teacher says, they absorb it in a different way. It depends on the mindset. Like we say, no, one person says there is half water in a glass, one man says the glass is half empty, the other man says the glass is half full. So that way, it all depends on our mindset. Okay, 4.15. Yeah. Dikshit. Hare Krishna.
1 minute, Mother. Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, read.
Cutting, Mataji.
15. 4.15.
Mataji, I am joining in another phone, Mataji. Just a second.
4.1. Yeah, there's a lot of resound. I'm not able to hear you. Yeah, read.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandavad
एवं ज्ञात्वा कृतं कर्म पूर्वैरपि मुमुक्षुभिः कुर्वैर्न तस्मात् त्वं पूर्वत्वरं कृतम्. Translation: all the liberated souls in ancient times acted with the understanding of my transcendental nature. Therefore, you should perform your duty, following in their footsteps. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandavad Pranam.
Hare Krishna. All the liberated souls in ancient times acted with this understanding of my transcendental nature. Who is this my here? My, who is he here?
Krishna, Mataji.
Very good. All these liberated souls, that means there are many liberated souls in the future, in the past also. They all have kept this knowledge in mind and worked towards Krishna, so they were liberated. With this nature. Therefore, you should perform your duty following those steps.
What are liberated souls, Mataji?
Liberated means mokshan kelipadu amma. Ante we are liberated from this material world. Liberate ante moksha vachero. Going back to Goloka.
Okay, Mataji. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Knowing whatever he has told. So here Krishna is very clearly telling that if you follow all this karma, that means do your karma without any detachment, then all those people, those who have done like that, has gone to Goloka. That means are liberated. So he is very clearly advising Arjuna to do the activities in a detached way, like the souls who have gone. So Prabhupada also says, do your duty for Krishna. You have to, whatever you do it for Krishna, and not saying that if I do some karma, I get some attachment, and then saying that I am doing my Krishna consciousness, doing japa. Don't avoid doing your duty. You have to do your duty, and never avoid your duty by saying that I am doing some japa, I am doing some prayer, I am doing this puja. No, you should first do your material responsibilities, but in a detached way. And the escapism, mean like taking some excuse of saying that I am into Krishna consciousness and I am not doing it, cannot be endorsed by Krishna. This is what Prabhupada has also emphasized. So we should stop here. It's already 1 hour. So if I start, the next section is 4.16 to 24. There it is understanding Krishna on the platform of knowledge. So that is a different section. So if I take that again, it will take 1 more hour. So we'll stop here and go. And Dikshit, next week I'll stop. Wait.
Yes, Mataji.
Now 1 minute.
Yes, Mataji.